Have you ever met someone you knew was dead? My name is Kwame, and I need to tell you about something truly strange that happened in my family. It involves my cousin, Kofi, who died when he was 27. Kofi was a good man, but his story took a very eerie turn. Kofi died in a terrible car accident in Accra. He was driving late at night when his car crashed. We were all devastated. He was young and full of life. We buried him and tried to move on, but the pain was always there. A few years later, I had to travel to Kumasi for work. One day, I was in the market when I saw someone who looked exactly like Kofi. I couldn't believe my eyes. He was with a woman and 2 kids. He looked so much like Kofi that I had to go up to him. "Kofi?" I asked. The man turned to me and said, "Sorry, you must be mistaken. My name is Nana." I was shocked. I knew it was Kofi, but he acted like he didn't know me. I told him who I was, but he insisted he was Nana and didn't know any Kofi. His wife and kids looked worried, so I backed off. I went back to Accra and told my family. They didn't believe me at first, but my story bothered them. Our elders said sometimes spirits don't rest and might start new lives elsewhere. Years went by, and I couldn't get the encounter out of my mind. Then, something even stranger happened. Kofi's new family, thinking he was Nana, wanted to visit his home region. His kids kept asking about their grandparents, and his wife wanted to meet his family. One day, I was at home when I heard a car pull up outside. I looked out and saw Kofi, or Nana, getting out of the car with his family. My heart raced. What was he doing here? He greeted us and said, "We were in the area and thought we should visit. The kids have been asking to see where I grew up." His wife, Amma, smiled warmly. "We've heard so much about Accra. The kids are excited to meet their grandparents." Kofi seemed nervous. He pointed to our family compound. "That's where I grew up," he said. "Why don't you go ahead? I'll catch up. I need to take care of something real quick." Amma looked surprised. "But we just got here. Can't it wait?" Kofi shook his head. "No, it's important. I'll be right back." He jumped back into the car and drove off, leaving his family with us. My mom, Kofi's aunt, stepped forward with a look of horror on her face. "Please, come inside. Let's talk," she said, her voice trembling. As we sat down, my mom explained everything to Amma. "This man you know as Nana looks exactly like our Kofi, who died years ago in a car accident." Amma looked confused and scared. "What do you mean?" "Nana is my husband. We've been together for years. He couldn't have died." My mom showed her pictures of Kofi. Amma's face went pale. "This is impossible," she whispered. "He has the same scar on his right hand." My heart was pounding, and I could see my mom and my aunt were just as terrified. The air felt thick with fear and confusion. We had no idea how to explain what we were seeing. The kids started crying, sensing something was wrong. Amma tried to calm them down. It's okay, she said, but she looked far from calm herself. Amma's hands were shaking as she looked through the photos. Her eyes were wide with terror. "This can't be real," she kept muttering. "How can he be the same person?" The kids clung to her, crying and asking what was happening. She couldn't answer them, her mind racing with confusion and fear. My mom and aunt exchanged fearful glances, clearly disturbed by the unfolding situation. We waited for Kofi to return, but he never did. Hours passed, and Amma decided to take the kids and leave. She looked at us with a mixture of confusion and fear, unable to find the right words to express what she was feeling. To this day, we don't fully understand what happened. Some things in life are just beyond explanation. Kofi, or Nana, lives a divided life now, with one foot in his past and one in his present. It's a haunting reminder that sometimes, the dead don't stay buried, and the living can walk with ghosts. Has anyone else had a similar encounter or know of a story like this? I would really like to hear if others have experienced something so unexplainable.